How much does the SAS get paid? How were they formed and what's training and selection like? What truly propelled the SAS from a covert unit to stardom was the Iranian embassy siege. 6 armed men stormed the embassy in South Kensington, London, taking 26 people hostage. They demanded the release of prisoners from Khuzestan and passage out of the UK. Their requests were denied and thus a 6-day siege followed. By the 6th day, tensions were high, resulting in the gunmen killing a hostage, defenestrating their carcass. This prompted the infamous Operation Nimrod, abseiling from the roof and forcing entry through the windows. The raid only took 17 minutes, but in that time the SAS had killed 5 out of the 6 armed men and rescued all but 1 hostage. The remaining gunman was captured and served 27 years in prison. What's unique about this mission is that it was broadcasted live on TV, resulting in a swarm of applications to the SAS following the mission. The footage you have just watched is from this broadcast. The SAS was founded as a regiment in 1941 by this man, David Stirling, and became a corps in 1950. They were instrumental in winning World War II for the Allies and have been feared and idolized since. In fact, the SAS was in a way first created as a disinformation campaign by British intelligence with the intention of making the Axis powers think that numerous paratroopers were operating in North Africa.
Colonel Clark, you seem to have invented an entire British regiment.
Yes, from thin air. I used actors for the photos of soldiers. Planes are made out of wood and glue. On aerial reconnaissance, they seem terribly real.
However, David Stirling turned this fiction into a reality. Their first mission was an absolute bloody disaster, with a third of men, 22 all told, being killed or captured. Not a good first day on the job. However, their second mission laid the foundations for the current prestige of the SAS. They were transported by the Long Range Desert Group, an expert unit who knew the desert like the back of their hand. On arrival, the SAS attacked 3 airfields in Libya, destroying 60 aircraft without a single casualty. In fact, the SAS caused so much havoc to the Axis powers that German High Command issued the Commando Order in 1942.
Execute Order 66.
This order stated that all uniformed Allied commandos should be executed without trial, even if they attempted to surrender, and any non-uniformed commandos who ended up being captured should be handed to the Sicherheitsdienst, i.e. the security service, for immediate execution. It's safe to say that SAS royally pissed the Germans off. After World War II in 1945, the unit was disbanded, and then a year later reinstated, realizing the need for a deep penetration unit. And no, not that sort of deep penetration. Get your mind out the goddamn gutter. Many Special Forces units owe their existence to the SAS, most notably the 1st Special Forces Operation Detachment Delta, or Delta Force as they are known by many today. Colonel Charles Alvin Beckwith served with the SAS as an exchange officer and thought the US Army needed a unit like the SAS. However, it's not just Delta Force that drew its inspiration from the SAS. There are many other Special Forces units such as the Australian SASR, the New Zealand SAS, the Belgian Army Special Forces Group, Canadian JTF-2, the Irish Army Ranger Wing, and many, many more Special Forces units that wouldn't exist without the inspiration of the SAS in the first place. After all, it's not just the UK that needs experts in deep penetration. This has led to the saying often imitated but never outmatched. Today, the SAS is composed of 1 full-time regiment known as the 2-2 and 2 reserve regiments known as 2-1 and 2-3. However, joining any of these regiments is no easy feat. So what brutal training and selection do you actually have to go through in order to join the SAS? Firstly, you must already be in the armed forces. You won't even be looked at without prior military experience as a member of the general public. This can technically differ for the reserve regiments, but I won't be covering these in this video. However, even as a standard Army, Navy or RAF member, you are unlikely to be looked at. The SAS takes primarily from the Royal Marines and the Parachute Regiment. Furthermore, you must be a man. Since 2018, women have been allowed to try out for selection, but no one has managed to pass yet. You must be between the ages of 18 and 32 with at least 3 months of military experience and 39 months of service remaining. If you meet all of these requirements, you can then try out for selection, which takes place once in the summer and once in winter. Assuming you pass the battle fitness test, you will then have to complete the Special Forces briefing course and general suitability tests, including tests on compass and map, swimming, first aid, and combat fitness. You will then move on to the fitness and navigation phase, a 4-week course focused on endurance and navigation in the wilderness. This includes the fan dance, a 24-kilometer hike in the Brecon Beacons, and the long drag, a 64-kilometer hike that must be completed in less than 20 hours whilst carrying a 25 kg pack, as well as a rifle and supplies. Furthermore, you cannot use established trails and must instead rely upon a compass and map. After this, another 4 weeks is spent training on weapons handling, including demolition, foreign weapons, and patrol tactics. If you are not parachute qualified, then you shall become so in this phase. You'll then get taken to the jungle in Borneo or Brunei for 6 weeks, divided into 4-man patrols, learning how to live, navigate, and fight in the harsh environment of the jungle. This can weed out a lot of the weaker recruits due to the mentally and physically taxing nature of the condition. After this, there ain't no rest for the wicked, as they say. It's straight onto escape and evasion training. Here, you learn how to survive off the land, avoid capture, and move stealthily. The final test of this phase is to evade capture and complete objectives whilst being hunted down like a dog. Even if you manage to go full predator and complete this phase without capture, you shall finally have to take part in a tactical questionings exercise designed to break you down to your bones. Although only lasting 24 hours, this phase has been known to break even the toughest of recruits. Whilst undergoing what can only be described as controlled torture, you shall be probed for intel with the only acceptable answers being, "I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question," and small personal details such as name, rank, serial number, or date of birth. Although you cannot actually be tortured or seriously injured, you may be subject to being blindfolded, food and water deprived, forced into stress positions, subject to loud and unsettling noises, caged, verbally abused, insulted, tricked, and humiliated. That does kind of sound like torture to me. A known tactic is to bring a female interrogator in, force you to strip down and humiliate you about your body and the size of your gentleman's sausage. This has even been known to crack the best of men, making them attack the interrogator, thereby wasting 5+ months of training. If you manage to make it through all of this, then congratulations, you're in. Only 10% of candidates manage to make it this far. You'll now receive your beige beret. Well done. So the question is, how much are you getting paid? Passing selection and getting into the SAS is bittersweet news. Although you are now a member of the SAS, you have also been demoted. All new recruits relinquish their previous ranks and start as troopers. Doesn't matter if you're a sergeant or a private going in, you are now a trooper and must work your way up again. Don't fret though, for if you decide to leave the SAS, your previous rank will be restored. Now onto the pay. The SAS do get paid more than other military members. In fact, there's a whole separate pay table in the UK for special forces. To put this extra pay into perspective, I'm going to show you the SAS pay in relation to a similarly ranked standard soldier. A Lance Corporal in the SAS shall make anywhere between £38,407 to £44,374. A Corporal shall make between £45,436 and £49,118. A Sergeant shall make £51,575 to £54,381. A WO2 shall earn £55,469 to £64,016, and a WO1 shall earn £65,297 to £68,665. That's a lot of bloody sixes. If you are an officer commissioned from the ranks and in the special forces, this salary increases. A second lieutenant to captain can make between £60,906 and £72,939, and a major can make between £72,208 to £78,489. However, the pay increase doesn't stop here. There are recruitment and retention pays for each of the special forces in the UK, that being SBS, SAS, and SRR. The SAS receives Special Forces RRP. This extra pay comes in 10 increment levels for other rank/enlisted, ranging from £22.20 per day to £70.48 per day. Where you land on these increment levels is determined by the amount of bounty earning years since badging day and does not necessarily correspond to rank, although they are often related. If you like this type of content, check out the video here or subscribe down below.